Okay, so for the rain garden, a lot of times people use a combination of sand, maybe 25%, and compost, 50%, and about 25% of native soil. And that's the basis. Although in Montana and right here, we're using what we have, and we do have clay soil. And like I mentioned, when you have clay soil, you just make it a little bit more shallower. And one of the things that's kind of a no-no with clay soil is to mix it with sand, because you create cement. So you'd have a swimming pool instead of a rain garden. We want it to be able to filter down into the rest of the soil. And so what we're doing here is we're going to stabilize it, not with soil pep or something like that, but a natural mulch. So we'll have 2 to 3 inches of a compost, an organic compost. We have compost we make here, and then I did buy a little bit more to supplement it so we'd have enough. And we'll do probably about 3 inches of that. So the depth could be of the biomedia, or whatever you want to call this organic matter that you're adding, the compost and the mulch or whatever, could be anywhere from 2 to 12 inches depending. But we don't have a lot of penetration, so I'm not going to go super heavy with it. Although I find that when I put the mulch on it, or the compost, and then we're going to use Ramia wood chips for the mulch on top. And I do find that anytime I do that anywhere on our property, it actually creates more penetration through the clay soil. So this will be a very lush growing space very soon. The other thing is the soil, the good quality soil with a lot of organic matter, helps to get rid of heavy metals, oil, grease, anything in urban areas that you want out of your soil, but it will break down the pollutants and as the mulch decays on top. And so the mulch actually reduces weeds and improves or helps with maintenance. So you want to select a natural mulch, such as a shredded hardwood bark. And we don't get that here in Montana very easily. That's the Pacific Northwest. We get a lot of cedar bark mulch and shredded cedar bark mulch, which can work too. It does help freshen things up with the cedar and a good prevention of pests, and that will eventually break down too. So the depth that we're going to put it in here would be anywhere from 2 to 4 inches. And we will replenish it later. Some people worry about the mulch floating away and when you're adding water, but we're going to have an intake area where it will have rocks. It'll slow down the movement of the water, so hopefully it won't move the wood chips too quickly, because they'll be on the top, and hopefully we'll have a little more penetration underneath. Okay, so the mulch helps to block out the light to prevent the weeds. So we do, like I said, want it fairly thick, at least a couple of inches. And that's it.